Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Entertainment Expansion. We are your hosts Tyler Callahan and Mike Ferrante. Mike, how you doing this week?
Well, Tyler, I'm chilling like a villain on some cheap penicillin. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right.
Good to hear.
So, Mike, what are we talking about this week?
Well, we are talking about the long-awaited Zombieland 2. It took them 10 years for us to get a sequel, and did it pay off? I guess you're going to find out.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took 10 years, but it did finally happen. And I think another great thing about the sequel is they brought back the original cast, every single one, which kind of surprised, but it wouldn't have worked if it didn't.
Very true. All right, so Zombieland 2 takes place, funny enough, years after the first movie, following the main characters Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock as they continued to be a family this entire time, and they go to the White House to survive in style. But all of a sudden, their whole little happy house falls apart when Little Rock feels kind of out because she's now 18 or something like that. I don't know, but she's older now, and there's no one else her age. Wichita gets sketched out because Columbus proposes to her. Spoiler. So her and Little Rock leave to go on their own adventure. They come back, and this is the story in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's about it in a nutshell. And I like how there was, I guess one of the standout things for me was they did bring a lot of things over from the first movie. So the introduction scene where they invade the White House, slow motion action scene, a lot like the introduction to the first movie where we learn about the
Yes,
zombie apocalypse.
I like brought back Metallica as well
Yes,
because Metallica played "For Whom the Bells Toll" for was the first Zombieland intro. For this one, it was Master of Puppets, and I thought it was a nice touch. They're still rocking out with Metallica.
yeah. And then also just they brought over the rules again. There is a big joke in the movie where, rules versus commandments, and it just goes on and on. The Twinkies, while not mentioned as much, I did notice on the hood of the Beast there was a Twinkie toy. So there are Easter eggs all around the movie, and it does help connect it to the first movie pretty well. And I feel like the chemistry between the main cast was just as good as it was in the first movie. They didn't really lose a step in the
Yeah,
acting or the writing.
in fact, I think it actually worked out better because we saw more character development.
Yeah, especially for everyone but Little Rock. Little
Yeah,
Rock in this
funny
movie is
enough.
more of a plot
It's,
device, kind of.
yeah, she's not really seen as much.
Yeah, but she does get the plot going, and the character development you see is with everyone else,
Yeah,
which I was fine. I was fine with because they were the three more interesting characters.
that's true. Well, maybe Little Rock would have been more interesting if we got to see her some more.
Yeah, but then we would have to see more of Mr. Berkeley.
Yeah, no, that kid was a tool
Yeah.
bag and a half. But
Mm.
I think that was the point.
So let's see. So far, old cast is good. Throwbacks are good. Mike, what do you think of the new characters? We got Madison. We got Albuquerque, Flagstaff, Nevada. There's quite a
Well,
few cast of characters they brought in.
yes. So I thought the whole Flagstaff and Albuquerque thing was very well played. It was pretty funny because basically they're a carbon copy of Tallahassee and Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Same exact people. And Albuquerque is played by Luke Wilson. Good to see him in a movie again since I don't know. I don't think I've seen him in a movie. Jesus, I don't even know how long. The last thing I saw him was a Colgate commercial. Um, Madison was okay. I thought she was funny at times. I kind of wish they killed her off because it would have just worked out better. She served her first purpose like in the first half, and then it would have been completely fine if she never came back.
Hmm.
Didn't really have anything to bring to the table of importance towards the last half of the movie.
basically overall had, yeah, kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I feel like it would have been okay if Columbus killed her.
I will say though, she did have a purpose initially in
Oh
that
yes.
when Wichita came back and Wichita gets upset that he moved on, which is what you're supposed to, her the way she acted allowed Columbus to, I think, rightfully show that he's right. You know, oh, you
Yeah.
didn't try to, shoot me and steal my car first time you met me, and I thought that was a good role reversal because usually in comedies it's like the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry, or debating on what to do, but like he like you see the conflict. He wants to be with Wichita, but he
Yeah.
doesn't feel bad and does not apologize for what he did.
Yeah, because he proposed to her and she left the next day.
Yeah, like you had a couple-year relationship and that just happened. What do you expect him to do? And it's been a month since then, so you can't blame him for that.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, I actually think you're right. They should have just killed her off because that scene afterward where the rest comfort him, that would have been some good character development,
It would have been.
which is gone when you see her show up. And then you're also right in that for the final, the climactic ending, it's like she doesn't do much at all.
No, except for drop some stuff off the roof. That could have
Which
been anybody.
anyone
Anybody else
else?
with Berkeley.
Yep. Yeah, I like the Albuquerque and Flagstaff section. My only negative to that is that I felt it could have been a little longer. Like if they died on the way to Sanctuary, that would have been fine. But just to
No,
like
but I
they
kind
show
of
up
kind of
and
liked how they also turned into the T-800s because that's what they were infected by was the stronger zombies.
yeah.
And like you saw the transformation happen quick, and they put up a really big fight.
Oh no, that fight scene I thought was good. I thought it was enjoyable. But if that happened maybe a little later on, that would have been fine. I would have liked more interaction with them with the main cast. I thought they really fit in well. But speaking of the T-800s, for an action comedy zombie movie, which is not a big genre, the writers actually developed this universe more with different type of zombies now.
Yup,
What
we
did you
got
think
boomers.
of those?
I thought they were good. I enjoyed it because, like anything else, everything evolves.
Yeah,
And let's be real, even in zombie video games, there are different types of zombies you run into.
yeah, they are. I think they definitely took some knowledge from that and based it off of it. I like the idea of it, but one of the negatives I have for the movie is besides the T-800, after the introduction scene of the new zombies, they don't really interact with them or reference them that often.
What do you mean? Like which zombies in particular? We never saw
This,
the ninja. We never
the
saw the ninja ever.
the ninja and the smart one never really see. You see the T-800s as an issue and a couple of
Nope.
homers. I feel the homers were seen enough. I just felt, yeah, the ninja and the smart one. I forget
Yeah,
what the
we
smart
don't
one was called.
see them often. Oh, Hawkins.
Hawkins, yeah. You didn't see a lot of Hawkins.
We might have
So
saw like one or two.
yeah, but you saw like 3 or 4 homers. There's multiple scenes with the D800s. So I just felt like if you're not going to use them that much in individual scenes and have them stand out, you could have cut it out.
True, but that could be for, you know, the trilogy movie, which comes out in another 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, 2029. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed this movie. It was way better than expected. And look, yes, it's the guy that directed the first one, but it's also the guy that directed Venom last year. So he had a quick rebound. But I'm
But
definitely
I don't
excited.
think Venom was bad. But you know what?
Okay.
I'm just not going to continue off there.
Yeah,
But,
like, let me just take my pot shot and walk away.
okay. Okay. It was still an enjoyable movie. But back to Zombieland 2. I'd highly recommend it. It lives up to the first one. It is a proper sequel in the comedy action horror world. And you don't really see it too often where the sequel is it really lives up to the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd also recommend it since we're doing final recommendations. It's a yes for me. And honestly, you don't even need to see the first one. You'll enjoy it, but it would be better if you see the first one. But you can just walk into this and enjoy, have a good time. And again, the only issues are minor. Could have killed off a character at some point, maybe use the zombies more. But otherwise, the jokes are there, the acting's there. And yeah, I guess we'll gotta start the timer for 10 years from now.
Yep. When
Probably
we get a
have
third one.
Probably have Woody Harrelson in a wheelchair at that point, but sure.
Yep, and the next surprise cameo will be Matthew McConaughey.
Should we talk about the post-credit scene?
I was gonna say it for the post credit,
Oh,
but
you're gonna
yeah,
say that.
we'll talk about it.
So, for the post-credit scene, we got a fan favorite back. We got a little Bill Murray, but a Bill Murray that knows how to kick ass because it's actually a prequel, like a prequel post-credit scene as it shows the zombie apocalypse just happening, and Bill Murray's got to fight his way out of a press event. That is not what I expected to see when I saw Zombieland 2.
Nope, but it was something I was happy to see. It really makes me think that we need a Bill Murray spin-off movie. What was Bill Murray doing that entire time from when the apocalypse started till when Columbus killed him? I'd like to know. Was he kicking ass like that every day? I feel like that's a movie we could all get behind.
Well, he did have zombie makeup because that's how he goes out. So maybe the next post-credit scene could be just a scene of him putting the makeup on, going to a store, and trying to get stuff, maybe fight his way back or whatever. Like, funny enough, for this series of movies, you can have a series of post-credit scenes that have a different story,
It's true.
which is so weird. But for this movie, it works. So, if anyone has seen Zombieland Double Tap, which if you haven't, go see it. But if you have, Mike, where can they let us know about it?
Well, as always, you can send us an email to our email, which is entertainmentexpansion@outlook.com. Otherwise, comment on our last picture, send us a direct message on our Instagram, which is properly labeled Entertainment Expansion. But if you guys really want to check out something cool, check out our YouTube channel, which is also Entertainment Expansion. We've got a whole bunch of videos that I think you're really going to like. We talk about movies, a couple oddball games here and there. Check it out. What do you got to lose?
Yep, you can always check all those spots. And as of today, the Modern Warfare video just went up on YouTube, so you can watch that both on audio and video. But yeah, this is a great movie, worth a watch. And please let us know what you think, or if you even haven't seen it, let us know what you thought of the first Zombieland. But that is it for this week's episode of Entertainment Expansion. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.